This is one of my big writes on the first flight big write prompt. While I was writing this, I intentionally put in multiple different connectives. I'm going to read this aloud, and I want you to think of where are the connectives in there. Now, our VCOT wall, and in particular our connectives, will help you out here. In the largest forest, in the largest tree, in the largest hollow, live two loving owls, Eddie and his father, Reg. Today's a very special day, for today's the day that Eddie turns 6 years old, and so he needs to learn to fly. You're probably thinking that this should be exciting for him, but you'd be wrong. Eddie was petrified. "All right, son, let's get this show on the road. Or preferably in the air," chuckled Reg to himself. His jokes always made himself laugh. However, Eddie was not laughing at all. He was shaking in his boots. Even though he was terrified, he edged closer to the side of the broad branch. His eyes widened as he looked downwards and saw the massive height of their tree. Leaf litter and branches scattered the forest floor, which means that there would be no soft landing if he failed. Raising his wings up as high as he could, just like his dad showed him how, he felt a fierce determination. He flapped his wings faster than the speed of light and even felt his feet lifting off the ground ever so slightly. Ready or not, here I go. That's all I've actually written for that big write so far. Have a look through and have a look in particular through for the connectives in there. Now remember, I check with our connectives. Look at the word you think is a connective and look before and after it to check if it makes sense. I'll give you a bit of a hint on that first one. Would you look at this sentence? Leaf litter and branches scattered the forest floor, which means there will be no soft landing if he failed. Now think of where I pause in that sentence. And commas often, not always, often give away where a connective sits in a sentence. Have a look at that. Have a look at this comma. So now I'm going to look at which means. I'm going to check if it makes sense before which means and after which means. That way, that might be a connective. If it makes sense before it by itself and it makes sense after it by itself, it means that's a connective. I'll let you do that check by yourself.